Hi everyone, my name is Dynamite_41, and today I will be talking to y'all about how I believe that GameStop, the price action for GameStop, yes, the company that we all truly love, will be hitting $30+ by the end of July. Not financial advice, of course, just a guy in his room with a microphone and the camera, and he just wants to point out why he believes that it's going to 30. So let's go ahead and get started. None of the cats are in the room right now, otherwise I'd show them on the camera, but totally all good. Sam and Ruby are always doing well. And I was supposed to make this video yesterday, so forgive me for the late video. Anyways, let's begin. First, let's start with the basically the overall aspect of GameStop. So it is a brick and mortar retail company. They also have online stores as well. The website, of course, GameStop.com. They sell computer parts. They sell accessories, toys, action figures, collectible cards, not the cheap ones either. Video games, of course, video game consoles, and we also have started selling certain digital games. Of course, you know, it's going to take a while before they get more games added into their library, but GameStop has a little bit of everything, and it is also a holding company too, not to mention the fact that they just raised they have $4 billion worth of cash equivalents. So that alone tells me that, you know, our CEO, our board of directors are making the right decisions when it comes to the best interests of the company as well as the investors. And, you know, they've made arrangements as far as like closing down certain stores when leases were up, or even changing the hours for the workers. So it's one shift now. I believe it's 12 to 9. And it's great because it cuts down on costs. I don't really think people go to GameStop early in the morning like that. Usually like after 12. So smart move right there to save a little bit more money. And the fact that our CEO, Mr. Ryan Cohen himself, the founder of Chewy, who sold it for about $3.3 billion, he is making moves. And not only that, he takes zero compensation as a CEO. And that alone is very, very bullish because, as you can see, for other companies, they get paid a lot. Adam Aaron, for example, he was paying himself like crazy. He wasn't even buying his own shares. He was diluting his shareholders. He was lying to them. You know, the whole 9 yards. We all get what Adam Aaron's slimy ass is capable of. But he's not the only one. There's a lot of those out there. Something that we got to be aware of and compare and contrast the bad apples to Ryan Cohen, our CEO. And not only that, insiders are buying shares like crazy. Not only the insiders, but also the investors. Of course, we are a community filled with diamond-handed investors. Whether you're an ape, whether you're just a guy who likes to shop at GameStop, whether you are just here for the squeeze, for fundamentals, for all of that, for moass, all of that. There's a lot of walks of life in this investment for several reasons, and the fact that a lot of people aren't selling but rather buying and continue to hold is a big game changer. It reminds me of Tesla, like big time. I still think we're going to squeeze up like Tesla, but we'll go over the technical analysis in a minute. I just think the overall sentiment of the company is just phenomenal, and the fact that like other shit has been going on surrounding it, like Roaring Kitty buying all those shares back in June, and plus the T35 date, which is coming up, I believe, in July. I don't know the date off my head. I actually did not look into that. It just came into mind just now during the video. No edits, no cuts. That is okay. But that day is coming. What else? There's a couple of things too. The stock option chain. Let's talk about that. Of course, I only have access to this. Someone put me on game to show me a more technical, detailed one. But basically for the week, we have 12,618 calls in the money versus the 6,294 puts in the money. Now, it's great because as we look at the next week, 32,071 calls are in the money. And we're destroying the puts in the money along with 7,621 calls in the money for the 26th of this month versus these 2,000 measly puts in the money. So already the options chain alone is telling me that as well, that we are very bullish. Not to mention the fact that I've already mentioned the diamond-handed investors, me, you, everyone else. We have about I'm just going to go with 75,000 shares locked away in our own names, away from the streets. And I know that's giving shorties a hard time trying to locate shares. So shouts out to us. Me personally, I have a small percentage of my shares DRS, but I'm all for the movement of GameStop. All GameStop, all day, baby. You know me. Next up is the growth industry of the gaming industry, or the growth of the gaming industry. So as we take a look at this chart right here, basically, here we are at 2024. Not too sure why the valuation isn't here at the moment. It's probably an older chart, but as you can see, clearly over time we're going up in valuation. Now, of course, I know there's an indicator somewhere that tells us where the what these lines, these colors are. Okay, wow, I didn't see it. It was right in front of me. So console sales obviously are going up. Mobile sales for mobile video games going up, of course. Same for computer, also going up. So everything is going up in the future. With like the whole gaming video game market, it's not going away. A gamer is born every single day. Okay, let me repeat that again. Gamer is born every single day. Word for word, I'm quoting my big bro Marantz. Shout out Marantz. Love you to death. And I am in a great financial position because of him. So feel free to go check him out. That is like the GameStop guru right there. But yes, the video game market is just going to continually rise. It's estimated to rise at 12% from the year of 2023 to 2030, which is awesome. So we're on track. We're on track of just long-term success with GameStop, with the gaming industry, with everything surrounding it. And, you know, you can't deny it. You can't deny the numbers. You can't deny the charts. And, I mean, that's just that, really. Next up, I kind of want to go over SG&A, another thing I learned through Marantz. Basically, the SG&A, so over here, selling general administrative expenses. Basically, these are incurred from day-to-day business operations and may be required as a part of operating any type of business. Basically, you know, expenses go to like marketing, running the business, all of that stuff. So here we are at April 29th, 2023. Our SG&A expenses were $345.7 million. And today, or it could be lower for all we know, it has decreased to $295.1 million. And that is a very good sign because it shows that the company is cutting costs. It's getting rid of unnecessary stuff that it doesn't need to be overspending on. They don't overspend. They don't overcompensate at all. Like when it comes to the board of directors, the execs, all that stuff. It's just like, it makes sense. And I feel like Ryan Cohen absolutely taking zero compensation is a big deal when it comes to that, because it just helps with the SG&A expenses and other operating expenses too. So that's a big plus. And let's see, basically, you know, gross profit and net sales decreased, but that's whatever. At the end of the day, that was during the turnaround point. Last year was whenever we were making all the moves. Of course, our board of directors have been making moves since like 2020. Really, Ryan Cohen started making the move in 2020 and then bought the shares up, and then that was all she wrote. Here we are now. Operating loss, it did decrease. We were at 58.4 million last year, around the same time that this filing came out for the 10Q for GameStop, and now we are at 50.6 million as of May the 4th, 2024. So super duper love that, because our operating loss is going down. We're losing less money because we're making the right moves. And, you can't deny it. It's on paper, and it's the shit that was filed to the SEC. It's the official balance sheet. So, you can't deny it. You really can't deny it. And net loss over time, of course, we get down to the net loss. It decreased from $50.5 million to $32.3 million. Love it. That means we're losing less money all across the board. And we gained $4 billion that we could use as, to make the next move in our business, or maybe even a merger. Anyone can speculate about what the next move is all we want. All we know is that I love that our CEO, our team, is hush hush mode because they don't want the shorties, they don't want MSN, you know, basically spilling the beans in their own way, because you know how they like to twist and turn stories. That's just how mainstream media is, and we can't get away from it. That's why we educate ourselves and know what we know and just try to stick to the facts, everything that's on paper, and leave it at that. Like, who's going around listening to Michael Patcher just saying, oh, $6 stock, this is a terrible investment, sell out of it? Yeah, okay. You're hollering $6 stock when it was $15, $11, all that stuff. Trying to scare people away, trying to sway them a different direction, because who knows? Maybe you're working for a larger entity that we don't know of. That is our enemy. So you are the enemy. So we don't like you and your lies and your gaslighting. So hallelujah. We know what the heck we're talking about, Michael Patcher. I keep almost calling him David for some reason. Anyways, I guess we're going to the charts now. But basically, let me go ahead and show y'all this. Now, I'm not a technical guy, not a technical analysis guy. Like I said, this is just my evaluation of everything overall as far as the company goes, whether it's the fundamentals or the CEO, the execs. Now we are on the technicals. So I drew this beautiful purple line. It's like a lighter version of our DRS color, our favorite color. And as you can see, the darker purple line, which is our actual DRS line, I put it right here as a line of support. The line of support is approximately at $23 from what this looks like. Yeah, like $23 and some, yeah, $23 basically for this purple line right here. And this is on the daily chart, by the way. And the fact that this was a pretty strong resistance level when we were working our way up and absolutely obliterated it, and then managed to maintain above it, above the freaking water. It looks like we are on the trajectory towards the upside. Now, of course, can we go down tomorrow or the end of the week type of stuff? Yeah, it's a possibility. We could get screwed over and get broken down to 17, which, by the way, I wish they would. I wish they would. We got dry powder on deck. We wish they would. But anyways, all the indicators are looking good as far as the support line. I really love this purple line a lot. Our RSI is currently at the middle right now, but we're high and we're not really like overheated on the RSI, so that's a really good sign. And then another thing too that I noticed as well, if we zoom out on the chart, you know, of course we broke out of my falling wedge, so love that. But check this out, people. Tonko native. Check this out, people. So our what is this? The MACD. So these two lines are about to cross over, probably this week for all we know, and basically the selling volume is decreasing, and it looks like we're gonna be going towards the green when it comes to this volume area right here. The histogram, is that what it is? Y'all, I don't know. Y'all gotta tell me in the comments if I'm making a mistake. I did not watch a video to do this and talk about the MACD. I will make sure to try to educate myself on it and other things. Another thing too, I noticed that the buying volume, which is right here, or all the trading volume in general, which is this little line over here, it's started to pick up. Now remember, it started to pick up over here. Look at that. Started to pick up around this area. Price continually, slowly started to increase, and this was like late 2020, of course, and then the volume just started picking up. No one really thought anything of it, and then boom, skyrocket. All this volume right here is crazy, and I feel like this area over here, the volume is really cooking up right now, so I could see it just skyrocketing. As you can tell, I did draw this line right here. Once we get to the $30 point right here, it is basically at the end of the month / early August is whenever I see the $30 line or $30 price point being touched. But considering that we love to go crazy and have a bullish thesis, I'm saying we're going to $30 plus before the end of this month. And that's just my opinion. Do not take that as financial advice, please, because I'm going to buy towards it like I'm thinking about it. Now, if we don't get to $30 by the end of this month, it is not the end of the world. I really, really don't care. That just gives me more of an opportunity to buy more shares. I am a long-term investor. We are long-term investors. Diamond hands. Get that straight. we all know what we're holding, and we're going to continue buying and holding. So there's that. Now let's look at another thing right here too. So I went ahead and added Bitcoin price action basically to correlate with GameStop's price action. Let me zoom in right here really quick so I could show y'all what I kind of noticed earlier, and is something that should be brought to our attention. So I'm just starting it from the 2022. Actually, no, we got to see the bigger picture of this. Fuck that. Let's see. I'm trying. Oh, there we go. No. Sorry, y'all. No edits, no cuts. Whatever. All right. Anyways. Wait, hold on. I mean, this would be good, right? Yeah, this will be good. So let's look at this. So this orange line, this orange squiggly line, that's Bitcoin's price action. And the red and, or of course, the red and green lines is GameStop's price action. Now, of course, basically with Bitcoin and GameStop, they are basically inverse to each other. I feel like the evidence on the chart indicates that Bitcoin's price action is on an inverse pattern with GameStop, as well as like the leading pattern. I feel like based off of the DD that's been done over the years. Shout out to Reddit, shout out to everyone on there, shout out to all the technical people out there that do the DD for GME. But basically, I feel like this flop of Bitcoin as of recently, when it started selling off, is very bullish for GME, because as you can see over here on this side, as it started selling off, we rose up in price. And when we're down here, we're pretty much in price for a bit. And then we slowly started making our way back up. Price action started to dip a little more. And now that we've reached the top for Bitcoin, at least according to the daily chart as of 2024, I do think that Bitcoin has that, it has the potential to, go down in price, or at least stay bearish. And whenever it is bearish, I feel like GameStop is going to increase in value. Now, of course, Bitcoin elitist, all y'all don't go after me. That's just my opinion. I just simply love anything that surrounds GameStop, and hedgies are using it as basically, they're using Bitcoin as a hedge. Now, that's just my opinion. I do believe that Bitcoin does correlate with the GameStop price action some way, somehow. So when I see people talking about how Bitcoin went down in price, Bitcoin's bearish, oh my gosh, I'm losing all my Bitcoin investment, I go straight to GameStop and I gotta go check out the chart to make sure my baby's running up. Now, is it gonna happen? Like, are we gonna continue going down in Bitcoin price action? Who knows? It's really hard to tell. But there's another thing that I noticed here too. Now, I gotta emphasize one more time, I am not a technical analysis trader, but check this out. You see this? Golden cross. I think this is a golden cross. So if we look here, basically, golden cross is a chart pattern used in technical analysis in which the short-term moving average rises above the long-term moving average. Now, if you ask me, I feel like we kind of are in that as well, considering that we got the cross right here. I don't have the moving averages currently indicated right here, but all of these are crossing on the daily. And what does that say? I do believe that since they did cross, the price action has been more bullish, more strong. It's been able to hold above $23. I think $23 for GameStop is a solid support level. Can we break below it? Always. But that's just my opinion. And I just, overall, I'm very, very bullish on the company. And that's just how I feel about it. And I was supposed to post this video last night, but here we are talking about it. And that's just that. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please feel free to leave a like or a comment. And leave a comment if I'm wrong on anything, because this whole GameStop saga is a learning process for me. Like Morant says, shout out to Morant. He's one of the few that just put me on game. And he didn't even realize it until I told him myself. But basically, I just feel good about the overall investment, and there's just no stopping, like, whatsoever. And being diamond handed is a lifestyle. Like Morant says, it's like you budget yourself enough, like during the week or month or whatever, so you could buy a certain amount of GameStop shares. And that's what I do. You gotta pay your bills, you gotta handle responsibilities, take care of your family, your pets, all of the things that are close to you. Then once you figure it out, once you take care of it, then you could go get your GameStop shares, because that's how I do it. Because the last thing I want to do is liquidate my position and be like, damn, I just sold my GameStop shares for $23 because I was financially irresponsible, put all my eggs in the same basket all at once. Now I got to pay this bill that I can't, don't have the funds for, so I got to sell a share. And then the next day, the share price rises up in like $20 more. That is the last thing I want happening. Now, of course, like, the price action is very unpredictable, so we do what we can to try and predict it with technicals, fundamentals, everything all around, the whole 9 yards. So that's my take on how I feel right now. Very bullish. Always have been bullish. Been bullish since $10, $11. We'll continue buying at these levels even when we're at the $30 levels. Shit, I'm going to be buying shares when we're at $70 eventually. $70, you know, we'll make a video for that for another time. But for the time being, let's focus on $30. Let's focus on fundamentals of the company. Let's focus on everything else around it. And then we could talk about $70 then. And before we head out, Ruby does want to say bye to y'all. Ruby is the cutest freaking kitten I've ever had. She is 3.5 months old. And let's not forget the OG, the old man, Mr. Sam. I got 2 roaring kitties on me, so it totally makes sense to buy GameStop as well. Bullish everything. Bullish this, bullish that. Anyways, I'm out. Peace out. Love y'all to death. Take care and get some sleep. See y'all tomorrow.